Thought it was time to have a look at another radio. I haven't done a radio for a good couple of probably 6 months or so. This is a Roberts R900, bought on eBay for £5. I'd found it towards the end of the auction actually. It wasn't very well listed, but it's all there, it's all in good condition. Initially it looks in good condition, it looks complete, there's no nasty dents in the grille, as you can see. You can see if I turn the light around, there's no dings in the grille, which is nice. The top panel is in lovely condition, bit grubby here and there, there's spots of paint here and there, nothing serious. The knobs are all tight and things, there's nothing feels out of worn out or anything like that. And usually got actually a proper 1/4 inch headphone jack, which I've never seen before. I have actually got another R900. I did it on a video a couple of years ago. I picked it up from a chap in Croydon. It was basically brand new in box. It was actually a shop that was closing down, but it's nowhere near as nice as this one. It was in better condition, but this one looks like an earlier model. So have a look around the back there, and we've got a port for a mains lead, which is nice, and a 5-pin DIN for recording, and you can see that. The Hacker style turntable on the bottom, and at the back, the bottom comes off this to replace batteries and get access to the inside. So it's a long wave, medium wave VHF radio. It's certainly very pleased with the condition it's arrived in. The amazing thing is, I mean, it has it's probably 40 years on. It's survived 40 years, but its biggest trial of its life was being shipped from somewhere in Glasgow down to Gatwick Airport and I think they actually use aircraft to passenger the stuff down, ship the stuff down, rather than bring it down by van. They had this chap who who sold this to me actually used. I thought he was going to use Royal Mail second class, but he used my Herpes, and I'm thinking, well, that's not going to end up, because actually I don't know if you know this, but my Hermes actually, when they ship stuff in from, and they have to use aircraft and flights to ship them in rather than vans, they actually don't land the aircrafts on the runway. All they do is they circle at 5,000 feet and just chuck the parcel out and hope it lands on the runway, and then one of their reps picks it up from the runway and then delivers it to your door in pristine condition. So yeah, the external looks really nice condition. The sides are look good as well, haven't faded. It's almost still got this bit of string on the side that obviously had the original Roberts radio label on. I wouldn't have thought someone would have been spent 5 seconds just to pull that string off, but there we go, that's taken that off. So let's open it up inside and have a look. Now this was sold as not working, which is how we like them. Obviously we don't want a radio that's working. I'm going to open it up inside, have a look inside, see if we can ascertain. Well, let's put some power on it first and see actually why it's not working, and see if we can work out what's the problem. Right, let's have a look at this. I've got it powered by mains. I'm just going to switch it on and see what it does. Well, it's got an extremely noisy volume pot. Can't work with anything of that, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take the radio apart, get inside, have a look. It could actually be a dry joint on the volume pot itself. The amount of noise that's making, I've never had a pot as noisy as that. And funny enough, that's exactly what happened with the other Roberts R900 I had. I think what probably happened with that previous model, that someone had bought it new, had it for a couple of years, it became very noisy on the volume pot, so they took it back to the repair shop to get it fixed, and they just replaced the radio. So let's work out how this thing comes apart. It's not as obvious as it seems initially. So let's get you a bit closer in so you can see what's going on. Right, let's try and get this thing apart. I bet Radio Crunch is watching me and saying he doesn't know how to take it apart. Okay, so we're taking the two side screws off here, and then it looks like the aerial has to be loosened off to allow the aerial to slide through. I'm going to have to open the door in a minute. It's been one of those, it's the Tuesday after the bank holiday weekend in August, and it's been ridiculously hot today down in the southeast. I've been out for a walk today in absolutely stifling weather. Okay, that sort of comes out. I think we have to disconnect the power supply. Disconnect the. Doesn't look like it's ever been used on batteries. It looks like it takes a PP3, a PP9, sorry, PP3, PP9. Okay. Disconnect the this connector here, which goes to the DIN plug. Pop that out. Just free it off a bit. Got another stick hooked up on something. There we go. Okay, that's freed that up enough so we can actually get to it. So there's the underside of the radio. Just having a look at these volume pots. Is there anything obvious? Well, there's no sign of it actually broken. Just get you a bit closer in so you can see here. There's the volume pot down there, and it looks okay. So I think we'll start off with a little bit of contact cleaner in there, just to give that a squirt and a wriggle around, and see if that helps anything, makes it a bit quieter. Get a bit of a work in. I know there's been a lot of discussion on what people are using for contact cleaner. This is a Servisolve Super 10. I do find the other stuff is a bit over the price and over the top on price, and I know it is supposed to be better, but for most things this suffices for me. So let's power this radio up again and see what happens. In frame. Okay, so we switch it on and off. Nothing at all. So have we pulled our lead? I think we pulled the mains lead out, haven't we? Okay, so let's just do it. No power lead going in. So put that back into there. Aha! Sounds like a radio to me. No, you can hear that. Can you hear that click? Sounds like there's a bit of DC offset on the preamplifier. That could be caps reforming.
Yeah, flat out. I've got my dress on. I'm like, oh, going about like. See the boring fields and so long.
Well, VHF seems to be working pretty well. Let's try long wave.
High-speed railway linking northern and southern England has accused the firm of misleading Parliament over the true cost of the project.
That's good. That works well as well. Medium wave.
He lives in Portugal these days. Probably know her.
Whoa! Shell salt water stars. They look fun.
Science field fun, actually.
Well, it doesn't look like there's an awful lot wrong with that. So I think what it remains me to do is to clean the switches up with some contact cleaner, and then we'll set it back up on the bench, leave it running for a while and see how it performs. Okay, here's the quick look at the circuit board. FM and AM front end here. Looks like a TDA 1220B, probably IF amplifier. Looks like, yeah, IF amplifier. Still got the adjustments of the IF amplifiers as well, so these cores will be doing the probably the AM and FM IF alignment. Not sure what that resist pot does there. That might be balance on the FM discriminator or something, I'm not sure. Could be, I don't think it's quiescent current. Let's move over to the output stage. I've got another chip here. It's a TDA, can't see what that is. 1905. Got the bridge rectifier down here for the power supply, and the capacitors all look okay. Now, nothing obviously wrong with them. They probably could do with replacing if you're using this for long-term use. And you can see the speaker down in there, not very clearly. Got a light on there. You can see the speakers there. Quite a nice, looks like a long throw speaker with a, looks like a shielded magnet on it actually, which is another nice thing. So it means you can actually put it on top of a TV, and it probably wouldn't, well, a CRT TV, and it wouldn't disrupt the screen too much. So I'm going to spray these contacts with a bit of contact cleaner in here. I'm just going to go in through the back. Quick squirt on all of them. They don't need a lot. And I'm just going to work these switches now, and then we'll thing back together again. Let's have a listen to it, see what it performs like. So let's get it back together, and we'll have a listen. And it's back together, and it's clearly playing very well. VHS working fine.
The incident took place at an event for metal detectorists called Coil to the Soil. A cake had been baked.
It's got a very nice sound to it, similar to the sort of like the later R900s and things like that, but probably hasn't got quite the same sort of booming bass.
Giddy, drowsy and unwell.
But certainly sounds very nice. I'm going to plug a PP9 into it and keep this in the workshop. I think it's a working radio, but it's not much that needs doing to it really. I'm going to wipe over the faceplate with a sort of like some glass cleaner and just get that bit of paint off with possibly isopropanol. We'll do that. But that sums it up really. This is the Roberts R900. Thanks for watching.
One of England's oldest football clubs, Bury, is on the verge of collapse after